I'd like to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning. My name is Mr. Hussar, and I am the Social Studies and Media Department Chair, and I thank you for making time to be with us today. Before I say a few words in commemoration of Veterans Day, I wish to thank some people for helping make this event possible. Ms. Dave and Ms. Rice in school counseling for organizing the event, Mr. McMenamin for his technology expertise, and Dr. Vanella for all of his support, Ian Ho for his rousing opening on the trumpet, Ms. DeSiena and Mr. Gates for helping to lead our incredibly talented Bella Voce choir, and finally, our guests of honor, the active duty servicemen who have joined us here today. I'd like to welcome, representing the United States Army, Staff Sergeant Christopher Hamilton. And Staff Sergeant Brandon Arnold. From the Air Force, Tech Sergeant Chris Biardi. And from the Marine Corps, Sergeant Mario Reyes, and East Brunswick's own Captain Joe McGinnis. Thank you, gentlemen. Last Wednesday, I sat at the kitchen table with my daughter, Caitlin, a first grader at Memorial Elementary School, and she said that for homework, she had to write a letter to someone she feels is a real hero. Of course, I smiled because who else but her dad could be that hero? However, almost without pause, she said that she thought that she would write to her great-grandfather. I maintained my smile and thought to myself, even better. In school, she had just learned about Veterans Day and why in 1 week's time they would also be going out for an assembly at the flagpole. I told her I loved her, handed her a piece of paper and pencil. Here is what she wrote. Dear veteran/great-grandpa, thank you for being so brave and fighting for our country. We are learning about veterans in school, and I am very proud that my great-grandpa was in World War II, spelled T-O. I am thinking about you on this special day. Love, Caitlin, age 6. When I've addressed the student body in the past on Veterans Day, my focus had always been to highlight how this day came to be and to make a call for greater recognition. But just this past weekend, as I listened from the next room as my daughter took the thank you call from my elated grandfather, and then as I stood here at this spot on Monday for a dress rehearsal with Captain McGinnis as his son Tyler was right there on the track, my focus immediately shifted. I began to reflect on how Veterans Day is not only about thanking those who serve, it is also about recognizing how a bond forms within families and between generations that we must cherish. That when a soldier goes off to war, there is so often a husband or wife, children, many relatives who enter a period of the nervous unknown. Whether it's the honor of seeing them for the first time in that uniform or the pride associated with telling friends about their service, there is always that nervous hope that they will find their way back home. It is that sense of pride and nervous hope that links our generations and makes it possible for a 6-year-old little girl to really understand why her 89-year-old great-grandfather and veteran of the United States Army is a true American hero. On this day of speeches and ceremonies that are taking place at schools all across the country, we must all remember that American veterans number over 22 million and counting, and come tomorrow, their service cannot be forgotten. Today at East Brunswick High School, they are not just these fine men in uniform, but they are also among our hall aides, coaches, and teachers. Beyond our campus, they are often in our own families, and while they have looked upon it as their duty to protect the liberties that we so cherish, we must see it as our duty to celebrate their legacy and teach future generations why they are heroes. I repeat my challenge that I made to you 1 year ago by imploring each person here who has a veteran in their life to call them today and simply say thank you. You will not believe how much that will mean to them. Thank you. I would now like to ask the Bella Voce Choir to close the ceremony with America the Beautiful.